Was it ever in your plan to get married to a pastor? How did you take it when he approached you?
Right. So let me be frank about this. So when I married him, he wasn't a pastor.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So, but I have been around pastors because I've been doing protocol work, and I've always been a church girl. Okay. So I know what goes into being a pastor's wife. So growing up, I had vowed that I would never marry a pastor. But almost every encounter I have with any man of God, they will tell me you marry a pastor.
Wow.
So when it happens like that, what I do is I'll move to the next church. I'll never come to your church again.
Wow.
I think God wanted to tweak it or twist it a bit so that I would not miss it. So
got
when
to-
I married him, he wasn't a pastor. So he was doing his business. So I said, okay, I have escaped. But God had his own plans, because whatever he has planned or purported will definitely come to pass. So
Wow.
along the line, the call came. And so I had to just fit in. But because I have been around and know what is expected of a pastor's wife, it wasn't so difficult.
Yep.
Because I have always been their PAs, so I know what goes into that job. And I think God wanted me to experience or to also serve him in that regard. So when the call came, I accepted, and then we moved on. It wasn't a challenge at all.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. Thank you so much. But I like that. I like that honest feedback. I like that feedback from you for the fact that, to be honest, I have a lot of friends, a lot of followers who are actually scared of settling with a pastor. And like you shared, like your experience, a couple of times prophecies keep coming, words of knowledge keep coming that you're going to get married to a pastor, and so many of them keep dodging this thing. To a large extent, majority of them have remained single. They've become older single to a large extent because they feel that they don't want to get. But it's amazing to know from you that no matter how you try to run, you can't run away from the plan of God. So I'm happy that the plan of
Our next question here is today many Christian ladies, spirit filled, tongue speaking, so committed to God, but they don't even want to consider marrying a pastor. I don't know. What would you think is their fear or their worries? What would you think is their reason for not wanting to marry a pastor, despite the fact that they are spirit filled, they speak in tongues, they are so dedicated to the work of God? I don't know. Would you want to tell us what you think may be their worries and their fears? Thank you.
and maybe a bit of advice for them?
Okay. So let me start with the challenges first. That's what the fears mainly would have to be with the challenges that comes with being a pastor's wife. Until you get to the glory stage. What I mean glory stage is like the big churches, okay? To start from the onset to build the church and to even bring it to that point, it involves a whole lot. So many people are not ready to go through that stage.
And I used to think that, especially in our this day generation, especially among the Gen Z, I used to think that one of the things that most of the lady, even though they are Christians, they probably also work in church, but they feel that getting married to a pastor will probably limit them from having enough social life. They will not be free. They will not have social life. They will not be able to go to party. They will not be free. Would you think it's same? Would you think that applies? I mean, let's hear from you. And is there a way they can actually work around it? Is there a way it can be managed? Is it like a misconception or something? We would like to know.
Okay. So let me just take it that if you look at it as marrying a pastor, then you would probably miss it. Because like I said, you should see it as working for God. And if you are a child of God, irrespective of who you are married, you are supposed to live like a Christian. So what you cannot do ordinarily as a Christian, you cannot do as a pastor's wife.